Hi, this is Rich. Welcome to my blog, and how you doing? Hey, let's talk about the flat Earth and why are they lying to us about that, okay? It's speculation. Everybody gets to believe what they want, consider it or not. But I think it's an important question, and I'd like to share with you my thoughts on why I believe that we are being lied to about the size and shape of planet Earth. Or should I say, Earth. I'm not so sure it's a planet anymore, man. Okay? The reason I believe they're lying about the size and shape of this Earth plane is that it has to do with the true nature of the cosmos. Yeah. This has to do with the true nature of the universe, the origins and nature of the universe. Yeah. If we knew for sure the size and shape of Earth, we would, well, let me get into it like this. In order to study this subject in a scholarly fashion, we would have to know the word. We would have to know what the word cosmos means. Cosmos is basically the universe, but more like the study of it's the universe seen as a well-ordered whole. Okay. All right. So we clear the word cosmos so we can understand this next word called cosmogony. Okay? Cosmogony. Cosmos, geny. Geny would be like the genesis or the origin of the cosmos. So cosmogony is any model of the universe concerning the origin of either the cosmos or the universe. In other words, we get an idea of what the universe is as an unordered, chaotic whole. or are we talking cosmos? A harmonious, well-ordered whole. Why do I keep laughing when I call this fucking place a hole? Don't ask me, man. It's just fucking funny. Okay? The next word we need to understand in understanding this, why are they lying to us about flat Earth? Or I like to say more precisely, size and shape of Earth. Because it looks flat to me, but I haven't, done all the homework that's required to actually get the whole complete story about size and shape of Earth. Okay. So anyway, the next thing we need to understand is a word called epistemology. A what? Yeah, it's a very important word. Really. And most of us haven't heard of it, or if we've heard it, we don't know what the fuck it means. And it's a good word, though. Episteme. That would be Greek for meaning, knowledge. Okay, so it means knowledge. Analogy is, the study of logos. That means logical. Logical discourse. Okay. So it'd be the logical discourse as regards knowledge. In other words, the definition of epistemology is the branch of philosophy concerned with the theory of knowledge. In other words, epistemology studies the nature of knowledge, like where did it come from, and justifications for, are you sure it's round? and the rationality of belief. You believe it's what? Flat? Are you fucking insane? Yeah. So this is why epistemology is important. Because what we're really looking at is when we start looking at, is Earth flat, round, obloid, or a freaking pyramid? What we're really asking is, what is the true nature of our universe? Starting with right here, right now. Okay? So, are we done with words yet? Are we done talking about those big words? Are those words that we don't really normally learn in school? Yeah. Okay, feeling a little awkward here as I get my shit together and go for round 2 about what this is all about. Okay. I think they're lying to us. Well, here's a theory. You can try it on for size. I've heard lots of different theories about the size and shape of Earth. You know, we're on the inside of a shell, like eggshell. We're on the inside. It's flat on the top. It goes on forever. Then there's there's a couple other weird ones too, and then there's the one that it's a completely round ball, right, going around the sun. Then there's the other one that I kind of like was that Earth was a part of a bigger planet called Tiamat, and Tiamat got blown up, so it got asteroid belts. It got proof. Yeah. So the big planet got blown up. Lots of stories about how and why. But then a big chunk. Yeah. Do I sound crazy yet? Yeah, big chunk of Earth. Well, Tiamat. And it's over here, and it's kind of like this. Ooh. Yeah, it's just a chunk, you see. And then it floats off over here like this, and it becomes third rock around the sun, right? And the bad guys get it. Reptilian bad guys, right? And they go, ooh, good prison facility, good raw material for a prison facility. So let's throw a freaking dome over the motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah. And put some fake sun and moon and stars in there. And we got a real sun, moon, and stars out there. But humans don't get to see that. When we'll get the humans incarnating in this thing. And then we'll put some energy shields around it so they can't get out. Be perfect. It's a theory. It's a story. Okay? And for some, it's a belief, and they'll buy it. And some people go, I know you believe that. I don't believe that shit. Okay? So we don't believe it. So a lot of us are no longer believing that the Earth is round ball, spinning, because of, the different research that we've done. We go, that's not right. How come the gyroscope doesn't keep, when the Earth spins around, the gyroscope doesn't spin around with it? The gyroscope always stays in 24-hour period. The gyroscope will stay like this. A 24-hour period, the gyroscope, from our personal point of view, should be going like this. And it doesn't do that. How come you can see from one Hawaiian island to another on a clear day, like over 140 miles? Even if you were standing on the highest place in both islands, you still couldn't, there's no line of sight if the Earth is curved, right? So anyway, why do they lie about the size and shape of Earth? My latest theory, and I'm just about ready to buy it for $1, is that all of reality, all of the cosmos, all of the universe, its origin is in consciousness. In other words, you think it, you visualize it, you imagine it, and it manifests. Just like when you close your eyes, and let's say you have super great visualization skills, and you can imagine an environment around you. There's some mountains out there, blue skies, pine trees and grass and pretty rocks. And some people are so good at imagining things. I mean, right now, people write to me, and I've met people over the years, they're, without any meditation or anything tricky, they can just close their eyes and go, yeah. And they can manifest an entire environment. In other words, an entire universe. And it is totally harmonious, and a harmonious whole. So it would be a cosmos by definition. And it's basically, if we can imagine, people with that kind of imagination skill, that visualization skill, if they can think it, it manifests. And so if they think Earth is round, it's round. If they think it's a flat plane, it's a flat plane. If they're just in a territory, like a belief system territory, then they don't have to believe every detail or even consider every detail of what could be in their universe or in their cosmos. They just need to know what's in their local environment. And there's people, and there's houses and trees and buildings and roads and rivers and streams and the whole thing. You look up there and there's twinkly stars and a sun shining. It's created in consciousness by the imagination. That's one person with this ability, right? Well, we are all telepathic in certain ways at certain times, whether we know it or not. Theory, right? It's a belief. We're studying the rationality of belief here. Yeah, that's why it's epistemology. That branch of philosophy concerned with the theory of knowledge, and it studies the nature of knowledge, justification for what you know, and the rationality of the belief. That's epistemology. So we're looking at the rationality of this belief. And so I'm trying to give you some rational, logical reasons for at least considering these various postulates, as in post it. A postulate is something, a theory that's posted, you see. So it's a postulate. And then, is it real or not? Well, there's the thing. Reality. Okay. The big thing. I believe that dark forces, by definition, are those guys who want to control and dominate the other beings, and they do it by keeping us in the dark or uninformed, unaware, unilluminated, while they like to be calling themselves in the know. They have the knowledge, the understanding, and they are illuminated. Therefore, they call themselves the Illuminati. How clever. And the rest of us were kept in the dark, ignorant of the truth. What is truth? I know. Jeez. So let's just go back to beliefs. Beliefs are the easy ones because we know that a belief is just, you consider it so, you think it's the way it is, and that's all you need. It's your belief. You don't have to prove it to anybody else. It's just the way it is, and it's the way you believe it to be. And you can believe it's true. And for all practical purposes, it is your truth. Somebody else might be your truth, and you know it's true. And somebody else will look at you and say, oh, you just believe it's true. It's got, what, huh? So what this all comes down to is a play on words. All these words are tricky words, and it's part of how the dark forces are keeping us in the dark, uninformed, ignorant, and entrapped, enslaved in this earth experience, which is a belief system. What you believe earth is right now is would be your system of beliefs about size and shape of earth and everything else that is coming at you, philosophically, educationally, everything you're learning and considering through your studies on the internet and books and talking to different people and stuff. Everything you're gathering, you're processing, and you're coming up with your understanding or your knowing and your knowledge. And some of it you consider it to be valid knowledge, while some of it, no, that's not valid knowledge. That's information, but it's probably disinformation, or it's, I don't know yet. The fact, I don't have enough facts to come up with a conclusion of which I feel comfortable enough to say, I know. Okay? So, we're back to beliefs. Well, if you don't know, well, what do you believe? Well, I believe blah, 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 blah. So, I think my own personal belief is that we are very powerful creator beings. We create universes. We are not created. Okay. Now, if other bright beings, although we call them dark, they might be quite clever and bright in that way. What if their game is to control and dominate and keep us ignorant? Okay, keep everyone else ignorant, and their group, their side, is they get the light, they get the understanding, the knowledge, the true nature of reality. And they get to control and dominate us and keep us in the dark. Okay, I've said that plenty of times. What if it works like this? I could have started with this part, almost 17 minutes into this. What if it's like this? The true nature of Earth is what we call a belief system territory. It's like, as Robert Monroe calls these realms, that he would go out of his body and he'd move into other planes, dimensions, densities, and realities. And he would call those other realms belief systems and belief system territories. In other words, beings gather together with common beliefs. We tune into each other's thought forms or visualizations, and that becomes real to us. We believe it's real, therefore it is real. It's almost like belief trumps reality. Belief trumps truth. I know I get in a lot of trouble saying that one. I've never said that one before. But, there's what you believe and there's what the other guy believes. And what he believes, as far as he's concerned, it's true. It's not a belief, it's the truth. But from your perspective, he believes it's true, but it's not. So from your perspective, your knowing trumps his knowing. But from his perspective, your knowing is a belief. So he would say your belief is attempting to trump his knowing. What it gets down to, when you get right down to it, is experience. Now, I've been fortunate enough to have some out-of-body experiences, quite a few. And I would go into these other realms, much like Robert Monroe would do. I didn't have as many as he did. But I noticed a lot of the places I went to were similar in nature. The cosmogony was similar. What I observed was much similar observations. Okay. So what I got from Robert Monroe's 3 books and my own few hundred out-of-body experiences was that reality is an experience in be here now, touchy-feely, and you consider it so. This does exist. It is real to me. Why? Because I can touch it. My own definition of reality is in play. So I would look at a definition of reality, and I'd say, yeah, I believe that. Yeah, that's the correct and accurate definition of reality. And there's lots of different definitions for each word. Okay, so I have a bunch of definitions for the word reality. You have definitions for the word reality, and we have different definitions for the word dream and the word universe and the word cosmos, we have these different definitions for words. Now, the words themselves are symbols that stand for concepts. In other words, you conceptualize. And so this is we're back to the being having a concept and conceiving an idea, and then forming that idea with thought and thought energy into an image. And because we have all this superpowers in our subconscious mind, we can imagine an apple and see it. We can imagine a tree, a big leafy tree, and we don't have to imagine every leaf, okay, or the exact texture of the bark, until you go, oh, hey, I think I'll go look at the bark, and you walk over and you look at the bark, and you go, oh, it's got that kind of that redwood looking. You know, it's kind of stringy and thick and spongy and wow. Yeah, it smells like a redwood too. It's all in the imagination. So we create our experiences with our imaginations, with our thoughts. And we conceive these things and we bring these concepts into experience. And then we touch it and feel it. And now we either call that touchy-feely thing a dream, a lucid dream, a hallucination, an illusion or a delusion, or reality. By our definitions of what do we call this stuff. So you get 3 or 4 other people in here touching and feeling the same tree that you're imagining you're seeing and feeling, and you go, this must be real because my buddies are touching and feeling it too. And you go, is that real? And their definition of reality is the same as yours. And you go, yeah, you see it, I see it, yeah, it's real. Somebody else might have a definition of reality that if it is not physical universe, third density, this plane of existence, then it's not real. Period. So, by their definitions of what is real and what is reality, your experience and my experience, although touchy-feely, and you're be here now with it, and by your definition and understanding and knowing and knowledge and wisdom, and where did you come up with, what's the nature of your knowledge? First-hand experience. It's not from a book telling me what is real and what's illusion or what is a dream. It's my personal experience. So we're back to epistemology here, where we're studying the true nature of knowledge. And is it we're looking at the rationality of your belief about the cosmos. And we're talking about the genesis of the cosmos, so we're talking about cosmogony. And these are big words, but they're deep, they're basic, and most of us don't even know those words. I myself had to go back and look at these words again. Go, what the hell does that mean exactly? Because I'm going to be talking about this shit. Oh yeah, now I remember. But this has to do with why would they lie to us about the earth being flat? If, let's just say that, and it's my theory, and I'm kind of going with it today. I might change my mind tomorrow, but today I'm liking it. What if Earth plane is simply one more belief system territory, just like any other one? When we drop dead, we go into belief system territories. We go into these universes, dimensions, planes, or densities. But what we're really experiencing is an environment, with or without other people, with or without buildings, and with or without a great deal of environment. It could be simple and modest, a desert with a little tent, or it can be a big bustling city with a lot of people. But what happens is we tune in to these other vibrational frequencies, other densities, realities, planes, what have you. So we tune in. And when we tune in, on a subconscious level, we are literally imagining it, visualizing it, along with everybody else that's doing it. So it's like a template or a prototype for a belief system territory that we then call reality. And we call it reality because of what we've defined reality to be. What is What is reality? If a dead guy is in his afterlife realm and he knows he's not going back to the physical universe anymore, his new place will probably be his new reality. And he will look at physical reality and go, that's not reality. That was reality. And he might have to tweak his definition of what is real and what is reality. And he might have to tweak his definition of heaven, hell, purgatory, astral plane, belief system territory, Shambhala, Valhalla, fourth density reality. All these words, which stand for the concepts, have to be reevaluated, because what we really want to do is look at the concept. What do you conceive in thought? And then what do you choose to decide is your reality? And then you agree that this is real, that's not. Agree, that's a dream, that's not. Is physical reality really the real reality, and everything else is something? We have to agree on our definitions and our meanings, or the concepts for which we have the words that are expressions of the concept. So I'm thinking, quite possibly, that Earth is really not a spinning ball going around the sun, which goes around the galaxy. It's a great concept. And if you think it, it becomes so for you. Literally, you will look at me and go, yeah, you're full of shit, Rich. The sun is shining and the earth is spinning and going around the sun. Okay. And I look up at there and I see galaxy. I see the galaxy, Milky Way galaxy belt going like that. Wow. And you believe or know that you are in a cosmos. The universe seen as a well-ordered whole. Okay? So that's your belief. That's your belief system. So your belief system territory is a manifestation, or becomes your reality, by virtue of what you think and agree is and exists. But for any other person who has a different belief system about this reality, yeah, that is their reality. So anyone who believes the earth is flat, it is flat for them, not you, unless you believe it too. And those who haven't decided yet whether it's flat or round or some other shape, it's just simply not part of their reality. It's not part of their belief system and belief system territory. And my suspicion is that we are all living and experiencing life in, for lack of a better term, a belief system territory. It's the same kind of territories or systems that we go into in the afterlife. After we drop dead here, we go into these other realms. And these other realms we go into based upon what we believe now and what we believe about the other realms. And if we don't believe much about other realms, like people don't believe in the afterlife, well, when their physical body drops dead, they're going to leave this belief system territory, and they're going to shift into a default other thing, something that they believe or they can closely approximate as an environment by virtue of their subconscious beliefs. Subconsciously, what are they thinking and feeling about all this stuff? So we become the effect of what we believe and what we agree is real and what we agree exists. Okay? And this is one reason that the soul contract thing is a good deal, whether it's you do it Cameron Day style, the way I teach it, or somebody else teaches it. You know, looking at your soul contract agreements, that's what you're really looking at. You're looking at your agreement on what is real and what will be real, or what will be your experience in your afterlife. Okay, now what this has to do with the whole, why would they lie about flat earth? If all of life and experience has to do with being able to manifest and imagine and create and tune into a reality system, and therefore it becomes your reality by tuning in that way, if you believe this story I'm telling, that you can easily shift from one reality system or belief system territory to another by simply doing a consciousness shift, refocusing, and realizing that there's not one reality, or there's not one, there's just, if you believe that there are unlimited reality systems, belief system territories, and all that you have to do is change your vibrational frequency, and it changes your reality. Like if you drop dead right now, and you're in another realm, and you had a really empowering belief system, you could travel anywhere. You could be in any plane of existence that you imagined, and it would be as real as touchy-feely could be. And if you believe that there are like-minded beings, and there's unlimited, like trillions upon trillions of other beings in the multiverse, and there were a lot of them that just like you, that you loved and enjoyed being with, and you lived in these great, what we would call paradise realms, just shift, boom, ba, big bada boom, you are there. This would be your belief system. And this frees you. You are freed up to shift in consciousness to many different realms and experiences. So if you learned how to get out of your body in this life, this is a consciousness shift, really. It's not really about in or out of a body. It's a consciousness shift in retuning and refocusing, letting go of one universe and one set of beliefs, or one reality system, or one belief system territory, and shifting into another. Boom, 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 boom. Now, if you do not believe you can do this, and you do not believe the multiverse is like this, if you're understanding your cosmogony, in other words, your model concerning the origin of the universe, is something different. If someone outside of you, a God creator being, created you, and you're the created or the creature, and not the creator, then you are the effect, and they are the cause. And then if you believe that, this becomes your reality in this life and any other place you find yourself. So for my money, it's not an empowering belief. So I'm offering these other options and stories and this philosophy of how the origin and the nature of universes have come about. It's through thought. We think it up, along with our buddies. We think these realities up, and then boom, we do it. It's literally like somebody coming up with a great game universe. You know, a 3D shooter, or over the shoulder, a massive multiplayer online, great universe, great graphics, great gameplay, great power-ups and rewards, and great storyline. Well, let's just make that virtual reality. Let's put on our Microsoft freaking HoloLens, or we put on our fucking PS4 glasses, and let's do this with our 4K. They're working on 8K visuals, and they're working on the touchy-feely. What if they've already done it? What if it's already been imagined and manifested in somebody's belief system territory, of which you are now a part, and you've gotten yourself involved in a MMO here, and this reality that we call physical universe is a construct, and it's not the greater reality. In other words, it's not yet another belief system territory of which this one is a copy of. So it all has to do with what you believe, because it doesn't matter if those other realms exist or not. If you don't believe it, you're going to be the effect of what you do believe. So we have an opportunity here to learn and evaluate what we believe, release limiting beliefs, look inward, find out what they are, let them go. And a way to let go of your limiting beliefs, by the way, is to know that you have agreed to believe that. If somebody tells you a bullshit story and you go, ooh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. I like that. You've agreed to this story. And you don't agree it's bullshit. No, this is the good stuff. Yeah, whatever that stuff is. You agree. Yeah. You just bought it. Belief needs agreement. Somebody believes, like with their whole heart, they believe this thing, and it's Rich, you gotta believe it. You gotta believe me, man. No, I don't believe you and your holy book, okay? I don't believe that shit, okay? Get it out of my face. Oh. And they're going to go find somebody else to believe them. People like agreement on belief. It becomes more real. It creates reality. Okay? So, if you want to change your beliefs and change your reality, change your agreements. And like this video is sponsored, comes to you by Soul Contract Revocation Bootcamp. Yeah, richwest.net. I teach you how to do that. Oh, there it is. That's what the motherfucker was selling. There it is. I knew he was selling something. Okay, so thank you. Back to the show here. However you change your beliefs, it has to do with finding your beliefs, looking at them, and there are different techniques and processes. You don't have to use the stuff I use. There's different ways. But to experience a different reality, you can spot your agreements on what you believe and blow those out of the water, and you can change your beliefs. But it can be much simpler than that. You can get online and start reading some shit or watching some shit and go, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's logical. It's the rationality of belief. Yeah, that makes sense. That's rational. I'm going with that. So a lot of people these days are going, the Earth's not a spinning ball. No. I used to believe that, but I never really looked close at why I understood that as the knowledge that I had. Epistemology. It's more rational to think the Earth is flat, or at least it doesn't curve the way they said it does. Not when you can see 140 miles down the road on a clear day. You can see the Statue of Liberty from 60 miles away. You're not supposed to be able to do that. You can see cities across the bay, all over the place. Okay, not rational. So, what I thought was knowledge and true was belief. So, you can just get online and start studying and doing your research and looking into the lies. Why are they lying about this? 9/11, inside job. Why are they lying about that? Well, that's the whole thing in itself. NASA lies. Why are they lying about this stuff? Fake moon landings and the astronauts that got blown up in their space shuttle, they're still alive and teaching in university. Crazy shit. Why are they lying? Well, I say, what if they do not want us to realize that this is simply a belief system territory, just like the ones we go to when the body drops dead. In other words, this isn't real reality. And when we drop dead here, we go into the heaven worlds or astral planes and all that stuff. Instead of all that shit, what if this is just one more belief system territory, of which, when you go out of body, you just visit all these different kinds of belief system territories, and we put labels on them, but it's a system of belief is what has created it in the first place. So it's just a simple, kind of a generic term you can put on these things, belief system territories. The point being, what if this is one of those? You know, I've always thought that the physical universe was one thing, and belief system territories, that's lighter, higher planes and higher vibrations and fourth density, fifth density, and all these neat, wonderful places. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm saying it was making a distinction between all that wonderfulness and this crazy reality. But what if this isn't a crazy reality? This is just one more belief system territory. If that were the case and people knew it, then we could apply what we know about beliefs and belief system territories and consciousness shifting in and out of those to this place. With a new set of beliefs, a cleaner, more empowering set of beliefs while being on this earth plane would allow us to imagine and create a better life and a better world here for us. Because after all, it's just a belief and a belief system. Okay. Now, one more deep part of this, and then I'm going to go. I had this out-of-body experience one time, and I'm in this world, and it's kind of a rundown neighborhood. And, you know, I knew I was in a belief system territory, right? So I go, well, you know, this is pretty shady neighborhood. This is pretty rundown place. What if I just lifted my vibration? Literally, it's like taking a deep breath and just feeling better intentionally. So I did that. And the environment around me changed subtly. The grass got greener, literally. The litter on the road cleaned up, and things looked a little cleaner. And I go, whoa, that's pretty cool. What if I did this again? So I increased my vibration again, intentionally. And the place got even prettier. Manicured lawns, pretty bushes, new paint. It just changed. Wow. I did it again and again. At the end of it, these are beautiful, beautiful homes, immaculate, you know, beautiful trim, that Hollander looking thing, and yards, and the streets had these beautiful trees, and it was getting to be dusk. Anyway, lights, the trees glowed. They had flowers and blooms on them that glowed, and there were little flowers on. It's just beautiful. It's like, wow. I did that by increasing my vibration? Yeah. And that's all it took. So this is a principle I've learned through learning how to get out of body. Okay? Our consciousness shifting into other realms and densities and planes. So there's this is through direct experience. I can create a better life, a better experience. So what if this place was just another place like that? But we've been so bombarded with lies and deception that we think that this isn't one of those places where we can change things with our beliefs. Just changing our beliefs changes our reality. Changing our vibration changes our environment. What if we just stopped believing that and it stopped being so because we did? We stopped agreeing that that was the way it works. Because we are bombarded generation after generation, you know, day after day, year after year, through television, through media, through education, science, everything. We are being bombarded with lies about our true nature and the true nature of the cosmos or the universe. And I think that keeping us from the attack on people looking at, well, I think the Earth's flat. I know it's flat, or I'm looking into it, whether this is flat or not. This is getting attacked like crazy. And the Earth is round, yet there's so many suspicious things about its roundness and its spinning ballness that it's not, the rationality of that belief is in question. The validity of that knowledge is in question. So we're talking about epistemology again, a very important subject that we don't get out of school knowing what that word means, even as profoundly important as that word is. It's like, what? Huh? So what if the dark forces know that this is just a belief system territory, and they have trapped us or got us going, continually to believe and create this, imagine it, think it the way it is, and it stays this way. And they continually reinforce the programming that causes us to experience this realm, this belief system territory, as our reality. And it gets us, whether, if you imagine it's a heliocentric universe, a cosmos with well-ordered, harmoniously structured, with galaxies and stars and planets spinning around. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying it exists because you think it's so. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying you're getting the bad with the good in this belief system territory when you start believing all the other things that are going on. So if we started shaking off beliefs that we think we've never really inspected, and we call it knowledge, education, and understanding of true nature of our reality, in other words, bring it home, the true nature of our planet or our plane. If we were just through personal observation, you start seeing it looks flat to me. You take a zoom camera and you zoom out 60 miles and you're not supposed to see over the curve, yet you're seeing the stuff on the horizon. It's that alone should get us questioning the belief systems that we bought into that make this reality what it is. So that with that, if we started understanding that this is simply a belief system territory, whatever else happens, when you drop dead here, you will be free to leave here and never come back. But my theory is that these dark forces want to get you to believe what you believe here on this plane, in this experience, so that when your physical body drops dead, or your avatar dies, you only get partially way out of here, and then you will decide, because you believe it's a good idea, you will decide to reincarnate back into the game, back into this matrix. And that's what they want. They want to enslave and entrap us in this game of something less than a wholesome, wonderful life experience. We suffer a lot here, and we're told it's for good reasons. It's a great way to learn, and you advance your spiritual, your growth and evolution by coming into this hard world and doing the hard things. And that we choose to come here and we know what it's going to be. If we know what this life's going to be, why are we even doing it? Why live it if you know it? If you can see the past and you can see the future, and you can see the future and you see how bad it's going to be for you, why even do it? What's to learn if you get the book? You don't have to live the book. Just flip to the last chapter. Yeah, you can read the book. Read the life experience you would have in a physical realm without being born into the physical realm. When you get here, they can your belief systems, your beliefs themselves will change. They'll be more empowering, more limiting, but you will start believing things before you're done being 5 years old. And you don't, with a mind wipe, and it doesn't matter if they cause a mind wipe and the amnesia, or if you chose and agreed to being mind wiped and amnesia, or if you just, your own subconscious had everything to do with it, nobody else had anything to do with it, you're still setting yourself up in this belief system territory for a life of programming, implanting, imprinting, all kinds of emotional and mental and spiritual phenomena that will change what you think and feel about yourself. And that is the most important thing. What you think and feel, believe, and agree about yourself and about the creation of the cosmos. This is the important stuff, because this is what's going to enslave you or free you up. And we're simply, if we're enslaved or entrapped, it's because of our mind, which includes our beliefs and agreements and all that. So to break free is to look at what you believe, why you believe it, and start changing your beliefs so that they're more empowering. And if you ever started thinking that the earth isn't round, it's some other size or shape, or it's not spinning, I think that's a good thing. Keep doing your research. Shake off any limiting beliefs that you have, because when it gets right down to it, this is just one of the lies. One of the things we are believing that is limiting us. And there are so many other things that the dark forces on this planet are causing us to believe, that are putting us at the effect of what they're doing to us and to our loved ones and to generations to come for humanity. So I say it's a good idea to look closely at, question authority, and look at all the things you are suspicious of, and call a lie a lie. Hey, that's bullshit. That's not true. That's not right. I don't believe that shit. Just because you tell me, because science tells me, It's okay to empower yourself with more empowering beliefs. I'm just saying. All right? All right. Thank you for watching, and your comments are welcome. All right. I'll talk to you later.